Hey everyone, you know what I've always wanted? A PlayStation that suffers dwarfism. Classic consoles are bite-sized replicas of their original counterparts. They come preloaded with games that originally appeared on the platform. Whether that's a Mario, a Sonic, or just a freaking cube. The amount of detail put into these are amazing, from where the vents are, the way the buttons are used, even the menus pay homage to the original themes. I will be judging these mini consoles off 3 categories: price per game, the best games on the console, and their overall display value. This is the NES Classic Edition. I paid about $60, so it was roughly $2 a game. You know how many Big Macs I could buy with that kind of money? To me, the box alone is worth $60. It feels like a celebration, all the logos, game art, screenshots. Heck, they even include a poster that shows the influence the NES had here in the US. The NES Classic has the shortest controller cords I've ever seen. Like, how are you supposed to play this console comfortably if you have to be 2 feet from the TV? Because of this, a ton of third-party companies made controllers solving this issue. Some even with cool gimmicks like this. As for my favorite games on this console, it has to be Excite Bike, Ninja Gaiden, Star Tropics. All of these are really great games that not a lot of people talk about. These consoles also include the ability to make save states to make harder games easier to progress. The NES Classic is a great console, and for $60, it's a no-brainer, if you're able to still get it for that price. Now let's see what Sony's got to offer. The PlayStation Classic, originally retailed for $100, which means the price per game is about $5. 20 games that defined an era, huh? Let's see what they are. Can you imagine a world where Intelligent Cube doesn't exist? The menu is great visually, but it has this deafening silence that I can't get over. Oh look, Punchy Munchies, Roblox ripoffs, and literal gods of games. Most of these games aren't even noteworthy. No Crash, no Spyro, come on. Those are staples to the PlayStation brand. Most of the games on here are just shovelware to make that initial price of $100 feel more justified. Sure, a lot of these games have their fans, but if you didn't grow up with them, it's really hard to find the want to keep coming back to this console. Unfortunately, the top disk drive does not open. Come on, I wanted to play Madden 05. Instead, I had to use my toaster. As for my top 3 games on this console, I've got to go with Rayman, Metal Gear Solid, and Tekken 3. In the end, the PlayStation Classic is more of a display piece than anything else. I just pulled this off the shelf, and it's been a long time since I've used this thing. Let's see what's in it. 2011 was a weird year. Nintendo made one other mini console that I don't have here today. What's that?
Woo!
Nintenlego?
I finally recovered my SNES Classic from being in the sewers for the past 5 days.
Why was your SNES Classic in the sewers?
Well, I got bored and clawed my toilet with 20 copies of Mario 3 All-Stars from Walmart. But when I flushed them down the toilet, I dropped my SNES Classic in the toilet and jumped down the toilet to chase after it.
How do you fit down a toilet?
I don't know, but I've been down there for a few days looking for the SNES. And when I came back up, it happened to be your toilet.
Well, I do need an SNES Classic for a video I'm making.
Okay, sure.
The SNES Classic. First off, this thing is amazing to display on a shelf, with the flap that covers the controller inputs when not in use. And look at this box. It takes direct inspiration from the original. Unfortunately, there is a shorter list of games on here. Instead of 30, there's 21, with the 21st being the new exclusive game. Star Fox 2, a game that was fully completed and then cancelled because its release date was so close to the N64's. This console introduces the ability to rewind to fix small mistakes during gameplay. My favorite games on this console have to be Star Fox, Mario RPG, and the original Super Mario Kart. It revamped every aspect of the NES Classic, really perfecting the formula. But I've got to be honest, it is missing one of the greatest games on the SNES. So I put it on it myself. The best part about the SNES Classic is that it comes with 2 controllers in the box. That way you can immediately play with your friends.
Why do none of my buttons work?
Whistle.
The SNES Classic accomplishes everything it sets out to. And for that reason, it's my favorite mini console.
I'm about to head out.
This is the Sega Genesis Classic. It's made by AtGames. No, not those giant dogs from Star Wars that are secretly gonna track your social security number. It's the same company that made this abomination. This menu is awful. The audio quality sounds like trash. I've heard dishwashers cleaning rocks sound better than this waffle maker's scratchy excuse of audio output. The menu looks like something you get off some unlicensed piece of crap. No, this is actually affiliated with Sega. They put their name on this. But hey, at least there's a waffle slot. Honestly, the games on here aren't bad, but the quality of audio and the emulation ruins the experience. Overall, not that great. Nintendo set a really high standard, and it's hard for these other companies to keep up. Finally, the Atari Flashback. This console has a grand total of 110 games, with the price per game being about 10 cents. And riddle me this, why do games this simple need such a high age rating? I only paid $8 since the thing was on clearance. Not even the store wanted these. Some great titles on here are Breakout, Tempest, and even Pong. These are okay, but it really needs some arcade games. The Atari was one of the first affordable ways to play arcade games at home. So where are they? The menu is way better, but they still have way too many crappy games on here. That said, it's still fun to crack out every once in a while. You ever wake up and really wish you could play Save Mary? Yep, I failed society twice. These consoles are hit or miss. Some are the best ways to play these games, and others try doing so much that it ruins the product. These consoles are giving permanent methods of playing these classes. When services and apps start shutting down, these won't be affected. These will always work as good as the day you bought them. And hey, if you don't like the games on it, put your own on.
So this is why you do not throw Doritos at your friend.